Welcome back to my Tibia diary. I have continued my dragon grind to loot their shield. It did end up taking me over 1,000 dragon kills to finally loot the shield in the very last dragon of my hunt. I did loot bag everything. On my way back to Carlin, a player called Brower Rex tried to steal my loot bag. I did not expect anyone to seriously fight me over maybe 10,000 gold in loot, but luckily he was terrible at pushing, so I could easily outrun him and secure my loot. I sold my basic loot and then finally crafted my obsidian knife. I continued the Djinn quest and cleared to Blue Djinn Tower to finish the quest line. As I now had these vendors unlocked, I sold all my Wands of Infernos, which gave me a decent chunk of gold. Afterwards, I continued my Minotaur tasks and skinned them for their leather. When I finally had 100 Minotaur leathers, I walked to Lubo and asked him to craft me the Citizen Backpack add-on. I had to wait a full day for him to finish it. In the meanwhile, I did some of my weekly tasks. I completed the Dark Magicians in Yalahar, revisited the Dwarks to complete the Dwarf Voodoo Master task, and then quickly finished off the Larva task in the Desert of Ankramon. The next day, I obtained my backpack from Lubo and worked on finishing off the Minotaur task. I primarily hunted in the Dark Pyramid north of Darashia as it offered the highest kill rate, despite people showing up every now and then. After a few hours of hunting, I finished the task and got to kill the Minotaur boss, Horned Fox, as a reward, which drops the nose ring. I do not have any use for the nose ring yet, so I placed it into my stash. I then did some daily tasks. I did the Elf task in Shadowthorn east of Venore, as well as the Assassin task combined with the Wild Warrior weekly task in the Dark Cathedral. I then moved back to Shadowthorn to complete another Elf Arcanist daily task there, as I will never have any use for some of the creature products. I ended up selling my first batch of imbue items, which are only used on paladin gear to increase their distance fighting. After my tasking, I decided to work on some quest progress. I joined the Secret Service of Venore and worked myself through their missions. I did end up having to kill the Black Knight again, revisited the Isle of Kings, and finally had to travel to Khazar-dûm to kill the Mad Technomancer, who was stronger than I expected. I was rewarded the Sneaky Stabber of Eliteness, which offers a lot of useful tools. I then went back to the Ghostland west of Carlin to do the Queen of the Banshees quest. I completed all the seals without any issues, and finally had to complete the final quest room. I brought some energy fields to prevent the monsters from coming at me. Unfortunately, my damage was quite low, and banshees do heal for a lot, so ultimately, I had to risk it and just run through the room. It was a bit deadly, but it worked out, and I obtained the Boots of Haste and the Giant Sword, both incredibly useful items for me currently. I was not done questing yet and collected all 4 pieces of Koshei's amulet, which I brought to the Sweaty Cyclops. I then revisited Svargrund to do the Scrapper Arena. I selected the present as the baby seal doll offers me an achievement. Later on, and the bar of chocolate can be used in the hidden city of Yalahar quest. I also just prefer my giant sword over the mystic blade, primarily because the giant sword gives me 8 mana per creature killed as part of its weapon proficiency. Before heading offline for the day, I did encounter a more feverish citizen in Venore, and did end up looting the final piece of cloth to unlock the Afflicted Outfit. The next day I obtained Koshei's amulet from the sweaty Cyclops, which I will not turn into blue legs yet. I might do so later down the road, but for now the amulet is too useful to have. I also completed the Medusa shield quest in the necromancer's city, Dryphia. I then moved to Ties and completed the Into the Bone Pit quest. I also visited Lurgi, a servant of the Ruthless Seven, who tasked me to kill 4,000 false dark prophets. I accepted his mission, but have no urge to work on it yet. Ecclesius south of Ties then made me his apprentice and made me do all kinds of weird missions. At one point he made me help him breed a mix between an elf and a dwarf, which went horribly wrong. Luckily, he scrapped their memories. Ultimately, I helped cast a spell on his assistant who was stuck in the form of a frog. While nearby, I also visited the next shrine of the Way of the Monk Questline, south of Ties. After all of this questing, I decided to check out the Winterlight Solstice event. I collected a pair of twig arms, a broken bell, and a pair of perch horns, and then decided to face the Percht Queen, a boss that does not really require any character strength, as long as you play its mechanics correctly. On my first attempt, I encountered Banshee and her husband Marty Fist in the boss room, and we decided to team up. The boss is quite easy. You turn yourself into a nature spirit, walk to the west of the room, and summon a few pieces of wood. These you use to light the fire in the south of the room. After using 20 pieces of wood, a fire creature spawns. Shortly before that, you click the bonfire to turn yourself into a fire spirit yourself. Then you lure the fire creature north to the Percht Queen. Since you're a fire spirit yourself, she cannot freeze you, and when the fire elemental reaches her, it explodes and deals damage to her. After 4 cycles, the Percht Queen is unfrozen, and you can attack her with fire weapons. Unfortunately, I did forget my fire sword in the depot, so I was unable to deal any personal damage to her, which prevented me from getting any loot from her. I did, however, unlock the Percht Raider outfit that day. I did return to the Percht Queen the next few days and killed her each day on my own, as she can drop some pretty useful items and gold. After all of that was done, I continued hunting for grisly addons. I worked on the Mutated Rat task in the Alchemist Quarter of Yalahar and killed their boss Esmeralda. I then did the Congra daily task before starting the Ice Islands mission to access Nibelor. There I hunted ice golems and crystal spiders and quickly looted myself a pair of night legs. I continued hunting the Nibelor Ice Cave for quite some time until I completed both of Grizzly Adam's hunting tasks here. Loot wasn't the best, but I got quite lucky with the loot of the crystal spider boss Bloodweb, which made up for it. After spending this much time in the cold, I accepted the ancient Scarab and Bonebeast Task from Grizzly Adams. I bought the front sweep spell and started my first hunt with it in the Mother of Scarabs lair. I had many close calls and almost died a few times throughout the hunts. Regardless, the experience was very good, and so was the loot. Despite chugging down a ton of mana potions, I ended up with a decent profit each hunt. I did end up finishing the ancient Scarab task a lot faster. To finish off the Bonebeast task, I moved to the Addon Hero Cave, but there were too many players there. Instead, I continued the Shattered Island quest to access Rama and Talahu. On Rama, I finished my Bonebeast Task before heading back to the desert to kill both Ribstride, the Bonebeast boss, and Fleshcrawler, the ancient Scarab boss. I ended up quite lucky again and looted an ornamented brooch, which used to be worth quite a lot. It's more of a decoration item nowadays, but it does have 2 armor, so I could use it to replace my scarf. As I had made a lot of progress with Grizzly Adams already, I did some daily hunting tasks instead. I did the Necromancer daily in the Magician Quarter of Yalahar and the Troll Champion task in their hideout in Venore. I would soon like to obtain a pair of dwarven legs. For the questline, I need a few items, including gear wheels, which require iron ores. To obtain those, I went into the Dwarven Hell of Khazad-dûm and hunted dwarf guards, soldiers, and geomancers for their iron ore. In between my hunts, a sorcerer called Scrobaninho entered the spawn and unfortunately died. He dropped quite a bit of supplies, which I ended up giving back to him. Once again, I did end up a bit unlucky and had to hunt the Dwarven Hell 3 times before I finally had enough iron ores. Another item I need for the questline is a couple of nails. War golems in the factory quarter of Yalahar dropped them, so I figured I might as well continue the Yalahar Questline a bit to unlock the factory quarter. I killed diseased Dan, Bill, and Fred in the Alchemist Quarter and obtained the papers Azarus requested. I decided to help Azarus during the questline and fought my way through the Trade Quarter in his next mission to talk to Mr. West. I was then tasked to talk to a druid named Tamarin in the Arena Quarter to breed war beasts. But as part of that quest, I need Animal Cure, which I can only obtain after completing Mission 5 of the Ice Island questline. I traveled back to Sifland on Nibelor and did a short mission on Tiresong for him. He then asked me to bring him all kinds of animal products, most of which I do not yet have. As I was stuck with the quest lines for now, I decided to hunt the war golems without the shortcut, but unfortunately, they ended up way stronger than I thought. I did kill around 25 of them, but they're a huge waste of supplies for me, so I will give it some more time before I return. Instead, I traveled to Farman for the first time. There I met Ongulf, the outpost leader. He asked me to support his mission in building up Farmine. After securing some support for Ongulf's mission from important citizen of Tibia, he requested I meet up with the orcs and ask them for peace. I did have to survive one of their tests, but it was quite easy. Afterwards, Ongulf tasked me with meeting up with the lizards north of Farmine. I fought myself through one of their hideouts before they ended up taking me a prisoner. I escaped my cell and met Stis, who offered me a way out by participating in the lizard arena. I accepted and will have to do the mortal combat as soon as I have met someone else on that mission. Before leaving Zhao for now, I did obtain the first Tome of Knowledge from inside the Orc Fortress here and turned it in. I then farmed some bears north of Venore for their bear claws, which I need to continue the Ice Islands questline. While there, I also did the Amazon and Valkyrie task in their camp, and then headed back to Garoma to do the Pirate Skeleton task. As I was above level 80 now, I traveled to Edron to do the Behemoth Quest. As I'm way too weak to just fight myself through the quest, I brought a few energy fields and used the layout of the room to trap some of the behemoths away from me. I obtained a golden armor and some other items, including a demon shield, which are worth quite a bit. I kept the shield for now in case I do end up with a one-handed weapon again. To finish off this entry in my diary, I also went back to Zhao to explore one of the better spawns for me there. In the mutated tiger and bat spawn, I can complete both of the tasks for grizzly addons. I can use the bat wings for the Ice Islands quest and the saber-tooths I require for imbuing eventually. I hope that until my next diary entry, I will be able to get my hands on the pair of dwarven legs, but I still have quite a few things to gather before I can start the quest line. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon with my next update.